the Ravens get absolutely amazing injury news ahead of their crucial divisional matchup against the Pittsburgh Steelers. We're going to get into the injury report ahead of the game. We're going to talk a little bit about the game, what the Ravens need to do and avoid in order to pull off a massive win Sunday at Pittsburgh. But before we get into all of that great stuff, welcome to Flog Talk, your home for all things Baltimore Ravens football. If you're a Ravens fan and you're new to this channel, all we do is talk about your favorite team, the best team in the NFL, the Baltimore Ravens. So if you love hearing about your team, this is the place to be. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We're trying to hit at least 2,000 subscribers by the end of the season. We're getting close. I need all of you from Ravens Nation watching this to help me get there. But enough of that. Let's get into this Friday injury report. And let's start with the biggest news first, and that is Kyle Hamilton is going to be ready to go on Sunday. He returned to practice yesterday and also today as a full participant. It does not have an injury designation for Sunday. He said, and I quote, "I think it was big for me to get out and at least do a full practice before the game. The trainers did a good job at getting me back healthy, and I feel good." Listen, this is massive news in a secondary that has absolutely struggled this season and still ranks at the back of the league. If they're going to get this thing turned around, Kyle Hamilton has to be a big-time contributor to this, and I think he will. Additionally, Isaiah Likely looks like he is going to be ready to go as he returns as a full participant in practice. We all know how massive that news is as well. Travis Jones is questionable after he played a career high in snaps a week ago. I thought he was really an integral part of that rush that they got on Joe Burrow up the middle. I thought it was maybe the best pass rush we've seen all season long. So hopefully he's able to go. Right now he is questionable. Arthur Millette is ruled out with a calf injury. Unfortunate for a guy who has been out, most of the season at this point. Of course, dealing with a knee injury prior. Now, unfortunately, dealing with a calf injury. So you hate to see that. Jalen Armour-Davis missed the last couple of games. He's a full participant in practice this week. So it sounds like he will be ready to go if needed. Of course, Tre'Davious White also here now. So hopefully, maybe we see a little bit of him. Maybe he can help get the ship righted on the defensive side. And Brent Urban is clear to play after missing the last couple games with a concussion. I think that's all of it. I believe so. So really great news. Could not be any happier about that. So let's talk about this game. The number one spot in the AFC North on the line. Of course, I'll give you that there's still a lot of football left to be played, but I think the best rivalry in the NFL, top seed in the AFC North on the line right now. It doesn't get any better than this. With everything, the history, the tradition of these teams does not get any better than this. We all know the story about the Ravens, the defense, Russell Wilson coming in for the Steelers, and seems to have sparked that offense. They've scored at least 30 points the last 3 weeks, I believe. So it's going to be huge. I don't want to go down the cliche rabbit hole of, well, the Ravens need to establish Derrick Henry, and they need to look. Obviously, that's a fact. Of the 3 losses that the Ravens have had, Derrick Henry has had 11 carries, 13 carries, and 18 carries. I've said it this whole season. I know you've said it. Derrick Henry needs at least 20 carries a game. I believe he gets better as the game goes on, and I think it's going to be a massive game to get him going in, because we know the Steelers are stout against the run. They are 4th in rushing defense, averaging just 87 yards a game. Look, Lamar can win this game through the air. I believe that, but you don't want to put the entire game on Lamar Jackson's shoulders and say, go be the offense. Establishing a running game is going to be key to keeping the offense on schedule and balanced. Lamar Jackson's going to do his thing. We know what he's going to do. But it's just, can they give him a little bit of help in this game? It seems that when they face a stout run defense, take the Browns, for example, that they tend to abandon the run game, and that's the game they had, I think, 11 carries for Derrick Henry, and they try to get too cute with it sometimes. Don't get cute. Just keep pounding the rock, handing Derrick Henry the ball, and just work it through the entire game, and eventually he's going to break something free. That's just how Derrick Henry rolls. If they try to run him early in the game, see he's not getting a ton of progress, and then just abandon it and go pass happy like Todd Monken at times likes to do, I think that is a massive, massive mistake that the Ravens would make. Another thing, the Ravens are the most penalized team in the National Football League, which is completely wild and frankly unacceptable. I've said many times on this channel the only team that can really beat the Ravens is the Ravens, and they do a heck of a job doing that. When you're the most penalized team in the league, you are giving opportunity to the opposition to stay in games, stop your offense, or keep the ball moving when they're on offense, whether it's third downs or whatever the case may be. They have to get that cleaned up. You cannot go into a game like this where the Steelers, you know what they are. They're a really good team, and they're going to give you all you can handle. You cannot allow them to extend drives on bad penalties or halt your offense by doing self-inflicted wounds. They have to play a clean game, or as clean as they possibly can, to come in here and win this game. And of course, this one goes without saying, they have to stop the big plays. Make the Steelers drive the length of the field in 9, 10, 11 play drives. You cannot give up huge chunk plays and expect to win this game. And that has been the Ravens' weakness. I heard today that the Ravens have given up 47 plays of 20-plus yards. That's not going to get the job done. We know Russell Wilson's going to take deep shots. They got one of the best 50-50 ball receivers in the league in George Pickens. They're going to take their shots. Can the Ravens stop the big play from happening? Can they make them drive the length of the field without giving up massive yards over the middle of the field, which has been such a weakness on this team? For some reason, and like I said a few weeks ago before the Washington game, I have a good feeling about this game. I didn't after the last week's game against Cincinnati after that defensive performance, but for some reason, I just believe that this defense is going to get it figured out. I know they have the talent. I believe that they have everything in the building it takes to get it figured out. It sounds like they've taken a very hard look at the defense, at the secondary, and it's just a gut feeling. Maybe I'll be completely wrong and they'll come out and look exactly the same. I hope not, but I just think that this could be the week that they put one step in the right direction. They're not going to return to a top elite level this week, but I think they're going to play better than we've seen in recent weeks. Not to mention the Steelers, as good as their offense has been, and it's been better since Russell Wilson has taken over, I don't think they're not as big of a explosive threat as, say, Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. They are capable, like I said, with Russell Wilson, George Pickens. Now the addition of Mike Williams gives them another threat down the field. They're going to get theirs. If they can hold Russell Wilson to, at this point, under 275 passing yards, that's going to be a massive, massive win for the Baltimore Ravens. Can they do it? They have not been able to. They average 294 a game. So if they can stay well under that average, that's going to be huge. And like I said, I think this is going to come down to limiting the big plays and limiting self-inflicted wounds like penalties. Those are probably the two biggest things, in my opinion, that the Ravens need to do in order to come out and win this game. I have all the faith in the world in Lamar Jackson, and this offense can get it figured out. I believe the Steelers' pass rush is going to make Lamar Jackson uncomfortable, but he's the most elusive quarterback in the National Football League. So he's going to get his, he's going to do what he does, and he's going to play really well. Can the offense help him? Can the receivers catch the ball all game? Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely, we know those are some of the most consistent hands in the league with best tight end tandem. Get them involved. I have a really good feeling about this game, and I think the Ravens are going to come out with a massive win on Sunday in Pittsburgh to take the lead in the division. It's going to be a tough-fought game like these games always are. But I like our Baltimore Ravens to come out with a huge victory. But I want to know what you guys think. What are the Ravens' keys to the game? What do they need to do to come out with this win? What do they need to avoid? Leave your predictions down in the comments. And Steelers fans, if you're watching this, you head down there too and leave your predictions as well. I want to hear from you also. Thank you for watching this far in the video. If you're still here, make sure you like the video. Helps it in the algorithm get exposed to more and more Ravens fans as we try to grow this platform to 2,000 subscribers by the end of the season. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Go Ravens!